Oleksandr Usyk triumphed over Tyson Fury for the second time last night in an epic chess match between two of boxing's greatest heavyweights. Over 12 captivating rounds, the Ukrainian showcased his brilliance, reaffirming his status as the undisputed world champion. Usyk may not have secured a knockout, but he left no question about his dominance with a commanding victory in his rematch against Fury. Though several rounds were closely contested, Usyk's precision and relentless pace set him apart. His ability to close the distance and land blistering combinations, particularly with his left hand, proved too much for Fury to handle. Usyk was too quick and sharp for Fury, who looked slow and sloppy compared to the fast-moving champion. After 12 intense rounds, all three judges scored the bout 116 to 112 in Usyk's favor, awarding him a unanimous decision victory and allowing him to retain all his heavyweight titles. Former UFC middleweight champion Michael Bisping reacted to Fury's loss against Usyk.
They both took some damage, and both men took it really, really well. There was certainly nothing bad about Tyson Fury. He pushed the pace, he went 12 rounds, he didn't get overly tired. Of course, after 12 rounds of boxing, you're gonna be fatigued, but he wasn't blowing out of his ass. He was in tremendous condition, okay? And he took the shots really well. His punch resistance is still there. This isn't Tyson Fury on the downslide. This was Tyson Fury just being beat fair and square by the best boxer of his generation. Oleksandr Usyk is the man. He reigned supreme. He did more damage. He landed more shots. And he kind of controlled the ring more as well. He was kind of in control. Yeah, it was a fight. Yeah, Fury showed up. Yeah, Fury should hold himself proud. He should be happy with his performance. But it just wasn't enough to get the job done. This time, it was a clean sweep on all the judges. It wasn't a split decision.
Jon Jones plans on having 2 more UFC fights before retirement. Jones opened up about his future plans while cruising in a supercar alongside Alex Gonzalez. The 37-year-old hinted that his next fight might mark the end of his career. However, he also suggested the possibility of stepping into the octagon for 2 more bouts as he looks to maximize his earnings before hanging up his gloves and exploring a potential career in Hollywood. Quote, "Within the next 5 years, I want to win 1 more fight, maybe even 2 more fights, and try and make as much money as possible in the UFC. I want to launch off my acting career. I've always wanted to be an actor. I think I do pretty good on camera, and I've done little commercials and things like that. Every time I'm on set, everybody's like, bro, it's hard to believe that you're a fighter. You know, you conduct yourself just like all of our professional actors. So that's my 5-year plan. 10 years from now, I just want to be the best dad I can be." Jones recently made his small screen debut with a cameo in the Netflix MMA drama The Cage, starring alongside former opponent Cyril Gunn and MMA legend Georges St. Pierre. Now Jones is stepping further into the entertainment world, filming intense military-style scenes for an upcoming project he's thrilled to be part of. Earlier this week, he shared behind-the-scenes footage and photos from the set, accompanied by a caption that left no doubt about his ambitions for life after fighting. Earlier this week, UFC fans were caught off guard by a surprising rumor making the rounds on Twitter. Alex Pereira's next title fight might not be against Magomed Ankalaev, as many had anticipated, but against Khamzat Chimaev. As speculation about the matchup grew, Pereira himself added fuel to the fire by posting on social media, hinting that he was turning down Ankalaev as his next opponent. The rumor even reached former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker, who weighed in on the potential super fight. Quote, "I saw a rumor that Khamzat might go up and fight Pereira. Imagine that. Khamzat wins easily. Maybe not easily, but he wins though. Unless the heavyweight strength changes his dynamic, Khamzat would get the takedown. He's good at what he does, and that plays into his strengths. But let's say hypothetically, he slows down and gasses a little bit. Pereira won't, and he can strike in his sleep. He'll kill Khamzat in the stand-up. It won't be like that Usman-Khamzat fight where Usman was outboxing him. It'd be a slaughter." In a recent appearance on YouTube, UFC president Dana White weighed in on the situation. Dana addressed the rumors. He went off, stating that fighters need to focus on reaching their full potential before aiming for super fights and money fights.
Shut up. I'm getting tired of the term money fights. Listen, there's no bones about it. Conor is the guy. Big gates, big pay-per-view numbers and everything else. Shut up if you don't. If you're not him, okay, you're gonna make whatever you're gonna make. You're gonna do pay-per-views and you're a partner in the pay-per-view. If you're not that big pay-per-view star, shut up and fight.
Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker is being discussed for UFC 313 in Las Vegas. A potential showdown between two flashy strikers has been hinted at by the number 10 ranked contender Renato Moicano. Speaking with Laert Viana, Moicano revealed that people behind the scenes are lining up the fight, sparking excitement among fans. MMA Mania's Alex Bihunin reported that while nothing is confirmed or signed yet, discussions are underway for this matchup to take place at UFC 313 on March 8th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Gaethje has been sidelined since his knockout loss to Max Holloway in their unforgettable BMF title fight at UFC 300 in April. Known for delivering thrilling wars against top competition, the highlight now looks set to face Hooker, a fellow action fighter who also thrives in big moments. Hooker recently climbed back into the lightweight elite with a standout victory over Mateusz Gamrot at UFC 305 in August. While he ruled out competing at UFC 312 in Sydney this February, he's expressed interest in taking on Gaethje, calling it his preferred matchup. Adding to the buzz, Justin fueled speculation by responding to a post about the potential fight on X, stoking excitement for what promises to be an absolute barn burner. Francis Ngannou thinks something unfair was at play during Anthony Joshua fight. Radio Raheem of Seconds Out recently interviewed Francis during a Ring Magazine press event. Ngannou was asked about a potential rematch with Anthony Joshua. The Predator made it clear that he remains suspicious over what went down during fight week earlier this year. Quote, "The rematch with Joshua, to be honest, I feel very off and not very comfortable in that fight. It's something that could happen, but what I do know for sure is that I want the rematch with Fury. Again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I didn't like the Joshua fight. I think things wasn't right, nothing was right, and if it's gonna be the same scenario, I'm not interested." Ngannou then confirmed he felt something may have been at play behind the scenes that impacted his performance. "Something unfair definitely happened," Ngannou said. One of the examples Francis used was the amount of time he was kept in the locker room before making his walk out. "I don't have the full picture, but I have seen some myself that wasn't right." Ngannou said, "I was in the locker room for almost 4 hours, for example, which is not something that does happen in the fight. So just from that, not to talk about the entire week." Whether we'll ever get the full story from Francis remains uncertain, but one thing is clear, the former UFC heavyweight champion remains undeterred in his pursuit of a thriving boxing career. After an impressive performance in his PFL debut against Renan Pereira, Ngannou has proven he can excel in both worlds. With his star power growing and fans clamoring for his next move, the big question now is whether Ngannou's next fight will take place in the boxing ring or inside the MMA cage. Either way, the combat sports world will be watching closely to see where the Predator lands next. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for daily MMA news.